Let's stay at Optus Stadium Saturday night footy where Fremantle survived a scare from North Melbourne and just got over the line. But Andrew Brayshaw was particularly brilliant in this one. He had 31 disposals, 9 clearances, 9 tackles, 8 score involvements. Is he just about the best two-way player in the game at the moment?
So I love the numbers that you read out, but I love this vision even more because you really won't see this on the stat sheet. So the rundown tackle there just comes from nowhere. I think right now he's in the Hall of Fame for rundown tackles, Andrew Brayshaw. Watch him there. We highlighted him in the centre bounce. He's not worried about getting a possession here. He's worried about saving the game. And when a game is in tight margins, you have efforts like this. It's inspirational from the centre square to deep in your defensive 50 to run down LDU and save the game. And I think, Sarong and Brayshaw had 19 tackles between them. As much as we talk about them getting the footy and they dominated in that space as well. And I just wonder if the young North Melbourne midfield, whether they noticed it or whether it's something that really needs to be highlighted to them after the game, because there it is, Sheasel and Sarong there centre back. I'm not sure what Sheasley's doing there. He's really just daydreaming to the point where Sarong gets off him inside forward 50. Compare that with Brayshaw and then bang, he will make you pay. You can see Harry Sheasel just at the top of your screen there. So a lack of defensive action. McKercher v. Frederick, he's right with him, but does he really dig in to shut the space down? And when he has the option to nail a tackle, like what Brayshaw did, he misses it, and that costs you a goal. In tight games, there's 2 goals conceded by poor defensive actions. Now, they played a lot less footy than Sarong and Brayshaw, and there would have been moments early on in the careers of Brayshaw and Sarong that they had vision like that. But what a learning opportunity it is to see what the best defensive midfielders do and the best defensive players when the game's on the line. That's the difference between winning and losing. And hopefully, Sheasel and McKercher and the other young North Melbourne mids really learnt something from that loss last night.
Now, we say Fremantle survived a scare, but on paper, Fremantle were actually the younger side and the more inexperienced side. So these are the stats here. You can see there they're younger by a few months, Fremantle. They've played around 12 less games per player. What do you reckon this says about the direction of the two football clubs?
Yeah, so I just get a bit frustrated with our Brave performance from North in the last 2 weeks. Brave, like these are games now that they should be winning against teams that are younger. I mean, we don't ever really speak about how young Fremantle are. We think that they should be in the prelim final conversation. Well, why are they in that conversation and North aren't? Like, it's just the reality is, and you know, when you actually analyse the stages that both teams are at, North Melbourne should be winning these games of football. So I just get the talk of around, you know, Brave performance or another close loss. They didn't give up. They came home hard. I find that incredibly frustrating. We actually deep dive into lining up the two teams and where they should be in the rebuilds. North Melbourne should be, you know, the equal to teams like Fremantle and should be winning these games of football by now.
North have a couple of outliers, though, in their list in terms of their age profile. One of them is Luke Parker, who's actually quietly having a very good year since moving down from Sydney. He had 20 disposals and 2 goals again on Saturday night.
So I think we need to give him some credit. And if you are a team that is looking to add some experience, these are the types of players that you have to go after. So ones with, you know, clearly good resumes, but ones that still have enough footy in them to have big last quarters. So, you know, he had 8 or so touches in the last quarter, 3 or 4 score involvements, kicked that goal there, and has really been consistent for them and can play multiple roles as well. If you need him to play midfield, he can. If he goes forward, he can as well. And, you know, you can never question his attack or his effort. So if you're a young side, West Coast, looking to add to the experience from other clubs and players with a couple of years left in their careers, Luke Parker has just been the prime example of the type of player you should go and get.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.